Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Second Coming, issue number 5 of 6. Crap, I forgot they were only going to go to 6 issues. I talked with Richard Pace and Leonard Kirk about this in person at my local comic book store, Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles, right here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Anyhow, yeah, man, I forgot he said it was only going to go to 6 issues, and then maybe they'll renew it. If I would have remembered that, I wouldn't have put the previous 2 issues in a bulk review, because I reviewed every one of the issues, just didn't always give them individual videos. Darn it! Oh man. Okay. Anyway, guys, we gotta like push this to keep coming out because it's way too entertaining to just leave us. Anyway, let's get talking about who made this book, and then we'll move on from there. Tell you about the story itself. This issue is called "Sympathy for the Devil." Mark Russell does the writing, Richard Pace does the art, Leonard Kirk and Andy Troy does the finishes for the Sunstar pages, the pencils and colors specifically. Rob Steen does the letters. This book was created by Mark Russell and Richard Pace. There are 4 more stories in here written with a little bit of art for some of them. Amanda Connor does the cover, and Paul Mounts does the color for the cover. Paul Mounts, man, this dude does the colors for the Immortal Hulk. The guy's all over the place, and I love it. Anyway, Jared Flesher does the logo. Okay, this is Ahoy Comics. How you doing? So Sunstar is chilling out. Remember, he and his girlfriend, they're trying to adopt a kid. They're like, hey, what's up? We want a kid, but nobody's letting them adopt a kid. They can't actually have a kid because, he's a freaking alien. Anyhow, so all of a sudden he gets this letter from Zazu Gorman. Looks like, by the sound of it, some kind of Eastern European total dictatorial country. Wow. At the end of the day, he's really just a dick. So it's a made-up country. This, what is it? Jerkman? Anyway, he's a jerkman. That's what he is. And it's like, hey, man, I got a whole bunch of orphan kids here, a bunch of above-average kids. Come on over, chill out. And he's talking to him, and he's actually making sense talking to this cat. He's like, listen, man, I was born into this family so when I was 16, when my father died, I inherited this position. I became like the supreme ruler and blah, 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 stuff like that. It's like, hey, brah, what if I was born to somebody else? What if I came out of some other woman, right? I could have been a cobbler, or worse than a cobbler. I could have been a prisoner, a murderer, criminal of some sort, man. What's up with that? But here's the opportunity for you to take this kid, any kid you want, and suddenly you give it this life. Like, wow, it never could have that opportunity before. What a way to gaslight a dude, especially when you see what happens at the end. Oh, I was impressed. So at the end of the day, what the storytellers here are doing, Russell and Pace, what they're doing here is they're setting up kind of like you'd figure a round table, but it's more like a Last Supper view of all these people who have declared themselves enemy of Sunstar. And the leader of that, the messiah of that, is actually Satan himself. Bro, I love the manipulation that they're doing with this book. It's like, God is a jerk in this book. He's an absolute a-hole, all right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy style a-hole. More specifically, father of sons of, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about, the jackass. Star-Lord. There we go. Star-Lord's father, all right? Not just son from the comics, no, but from the movie, all right? Kurt Russell. Like, this dude, he is such a jerk in this. And yet, Satan still be Satan. He's still Satan. You can't trust this dude. Like, the only person here who makes any sense is a combination of Sunstar and Jesus, both trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, Sunstar doesn't make quite as much sense as Jesus, but Jesus is also a little bit way too hippy-dippy, all right? This is, he's not grounded in reality. I love the makeup of this book. I love the stories in this book. Jesus becomes a narrator in here, talking about his version of what actually went down with the everything before the Last Supper, right? The creation of Adam and Eve, the fall of Satan, the rise and fall of Satan, all that stuff. Everybody becomes a narrator, giving their own version of what happened. Oh, that's not what happened. Well, that's how I remember it. Well, that's not how I remember it. I love that. Everybody's got their own stories, and everybody's memory is ridiculously long, but details and memories change depending on how you've been perceiving it as time progresses. I love the makeup of this book. Guys, please don't let this die. Please don't let this book die. Somebody call in, make a petition. I'm not sure where the petitions have to go. I think Mark Russell's an American. Everybody else here is Canadian. What's up with that, bruh? Like, we got to petition 2 countries? Congress and Parliament? Not cool, but it's worth it. Don't let this book die, my peeps. This is a really fun book. Definitely check it out. I love that they put the virgin covers on the back. It's like, all the money, it's yours. Anyway, guys, I'm done here. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.